Cancer, good afternoon. I don't know why I just said it like that. Good afternoon, Cancer. What's up? What's up? How are you? So I have some messages, and Cancer, your messages came through in two separate parts. It was like a few days ago I got one, and then I got the other. 12:44 p.m. might be significant to you. 12:44, the numbers 12 and 44, those might be significant. You could be born in December 1944, your mama, your daddy, whoever. All I know is 12:44 might be significant to you. But tired, push on, Cancer, finish line, so close. And guess what? You have a solid chance to win this race. Final push, home stretch, cheerleader, you got this. There is no one cheering you on in the physical world because they don't know you're competing, but in the spiritual world you have a bunch. Mother maternal strongest. Daydreams while at work in office. Why didn't work? Start again later. Go nap. 12:47. So the times 12:44 and 12:47 might be significant. You might be woken up at 12:47 in the middle of the night one of these days. Maybe have a message. That's the first part of it. And you came up again. And you have pages. Some pages. But listen to pages. I don't know why I just started singing that. Here we go. Cancer. Aha. 9:54 a.m. That's another time that may be significant. 954. The number is 954. You might live in Florida. You might have a family member who lives in Florida who's trying to reach out to you, Cancer. But the messages that I got for you, heaviest from me. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. Before I even continue, I'm sorry. I smoke. I curse. I reference God. Because that's who I believe in and I pray to. And there will be noise in the back of my videos because it just happens. I don't edit things out. So, I'm sorry. If those things don't work for you, click the little X button and go find yourself a more suitable reader. But for the rest of you, I'm sorry I didn't say that in the beginning. I'm sorry for the interruption. Thank you for sticking around, and let's continue. So 954, like I said, you might have a family member who lives in Florida who has a Florida phone number or something like that. You might have been disconnected from a person and they moved to Florida and you didn't know, and now they're calling you, and they're calling you from a 954 number. Family member, friend, whatever. When to do your messages and hold an I can't speak, pardon me, forgive me. When to do your messages, heard old ass song. I had to look it up. So many men, how can I choose? But that wasn't like the part that I was hearing. I was hearing, how can I lose? The how can I lose? And I couldn't. And then the only thing that came to me was the so many men, so little time. So I looked it up. When I looked it up, the song is by Miguel Brown, and it's called So Many Men, So Many Time. At first, I'm thinking Miguel Brown, that's a dude, but I was like, whatever. So I click on it anyway, and it's not a dude. I watched the video; it's a woman. And the part, like I said, that was significant was the how can I lose. And now that I read the channeled messages from a few days before, there was the cheerleader energy. You have a solid chance of winning this. So that how can I lose? First, determined to be yourself. Miguel Brown. Thought it was a dude until I watched the video because of the name. Album called Manpower. Daily work, maybe doing daily jobs, getting paid daily. Getting paid daily, cash payment, something about that. Album Manpower, recorded in 1983. Beeline, sunny day, he's a saint, he's a sinner. He's a sinner, he's a saint. Vice versa. Big, the movie with Tom Hanks. Where switched, vice versa. Latin phrase meaning with the order, turn around. Or the other way around. With the order, turn around. There's something in that. With the order, turn around. Like you have the authority, you have the order, turn around. other way around something. May have gotten into some shit, thought there was no way to go, but they go the other way around it. So walking away with whole entire city on fire in ashes behind you with a smile, tackle. Take time to tell me you really care, and we'll share tomorrow together, always and forever. That's another song that I channeled in the middle of this first message. So back to this. The stubborn, unmoving, unwilling to budge, fixed Taurus, either your placements or another energy involved. So you might be dealing with a Taurus, or you might have Taurus placements, but there's this energy that kept on like breaking in, and there's like that always and forever. Come on, you know that song. That was everybody's grandparents and parents' wedding song. Don't play with me. Somebody in your family got married and they had that song for their wedding. Residual ash. Just ask. Baby shit or baby or puppy may have eaten something and swallowed it, and you have to go through their shit to recover it. Ew. That's a whole separate message for somebody out there. Yeah. Some having babies. Y'all shopping for boy stuff. Blue. And some don't know or don't want to know until birth or until reveal. Y'all shopping for yellow as a baby color, as a base color. Base color is yellow. So some of y'all having babies. I picked up on babies. Baby boys, blue, and baby girls. Babies that we don't know the gender of, and then babies that we do know the gender of. The ones we do know the gender of, they're boys, and the ones we're unsure about, we're shopping for yellow as the base color. Congratulations. Before I get any further into the reading, into the messages, I want to say, for any of you who are welcoming children into the world, many, many, many blessings. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Alright, so then I wrote congratulations, big balloons and celebration, happiness and joy. Congratulations from me. Others, no outside energies, moved on, moving in, moving back, click clack, don't seem good, gun or jail. Not really choices I'd want to face. Experiences, dreams and nightmares, meek, demise, rise and demise, fall. Nope, leaving that. You are not welcome here. Interruptions, cryptic, Brazil, major changes, God's perfect plan. So right after I said congratulations from me, I moved out of that energy. So for anybody who was having a baby, the rest of that madness is not yours. But for you who are not shopping for baby stuff, something might be in the rest of that for you, but there's more. Interruptions to distract by delivering messages that you don't need to know right at that moment. Unknown origin or purposeful distractions, interruptions. Like you don't know the origin of the distractions or the interruptions. Those things are coming from a specific person, place, or thing, energy, and you don't know the origin of where they're coming from, but you know you're dealing with the distractions and the interruptions. Then I got girl interrupted, the year significant, going on too long, but don't know how to get out of it. Manifestations coming true, actually intentionally manifesting and working. Doing something nice for yourself as a result. So used to nurturing, caring, and putting everyone else. Wow, you get to do it for yourself. What I think I meant to write in there was putting everyone else before you. And then I cut myself off because I wrote, wow, you get to do it for yourself. I was astonished by the wow. By the fact that you don't have to nurture and do everything for somebody else. You do it for yourself this time. Because I was going to continue on, but the girl interrupted that information. Remember I said year is significant? I had went back and I looked it up. It was released on December 8th, 1999. It was based on a memoir from Susanna Carlson in 1993. Her memoirs. The Girl Interrupted movie was based on her book. And those are experiences that she had in the institution when she was locked up in the mental institution. So anyway, Manifestation. Somebody's name may be Susanna. Something significant about 1993. A memory, memoir, a collection of memories. 999. 20. 29. I don't know. Those numbers might be significant to you. Manifestations coming true, actually intentionally manifesting, and it's working. Doing something nice for yourself as a result. So you're doing your manifestations and it's actually working, so you're going to do something for yourself. You're used to nurturing, caring, and putting everyone else in front of you, and now you're going to do it for yourself. Amazing, wonderful, you're welcome, you deserve it, says your ancestors. Mom specifically. Good man, good person, wrong path. Redirected, honorable, doing well, continue, my boy. So some of you are males watching, and you have a mother, grandmother, some kind of maternal energy that is like proud of you. Or if you're not masculine, you're just in your masculine energy, and that's a very big possibility if you don't have this person in your life to support you. You know, you might have to be in your masculine energy. You might not have a choice. But I'm getting heavy maternal energy, and literally, that was what I got. It says, amazing, wonderful, you're welcome, you deserve it, says your ancestors, mom specifically. Good man, good person, wrong path, redirected, honorable, doing well, continue on, my boy. What she was saying is that you're a good man and you're a good person. You chose the wrong path. You're being redirected. You're an honorable man. You've redeemed yourself. You're doing well and continue on to do so, is what she was saying from that. And my voice sounded like I was crying when I said that just now, but I didn't have the urge to cry until at the end of the doing well, continue on, my boy. My voice keeps cracking, but my eyes aren't tearing. I'm telling you that somebody is really proud of you, and they're not able to physically express that to you. So I don't know if it's because they're in heaven, or shit, fuck around, you're locked up. I don't know. You're maybe just moved on the other side of the earth. You might be in the military, and your family is like far from you, but somebody is really proud of you, and they're not able to express it to you in the physical world. But then at the end, when it says doing well, continue on, my boy, I wrote here, sounded like dad or homie, but either way. So that my boy, that's like that fatherly energy, or it could have been your homie, like your homeboy might be like, yo, my boy, good looking, you're doing great, like, you understand what I'm saying? So then I wrote, it's an honor to deliver that to you, 10:15 a.m. So somebody might deliver something to you at 10:15 a.m. Somebody might tell you something like loving. You might get a really like heartfelt message. I don't know why they would text it, but whatever. Anyway, 10:15. 10:25, that's 7. 7 might be significant. January 25, 1981, 12 years old, 55 years old, Brazil, all changing, ever evolving. 10:29, all changing, ever evolving. For some reason, that's significant. Third time, all changing, ever evolving. 10:29, 129, 10:29, 12, breaks down to the 12. 12 again. 12, God's perfect number. Her story, 1967, 18. Compiled medical records, disagreed with movie portrayal, but liked the check. Sold her soul. Admission 4/12/24. This goes back to the movie Girl Interrupted. The Miss Corson, she had said in an interview, April 12th, 2024. That she disagreed with the portrayal of the movie, but she liked the check. And that for me was her admitting that she sold her soul. Regarding the book, she said, it still surprises me still reading it. It still surprises her that people are still reading it. And that's because that was the purpose. The purpose was for her to share her story, to get it out, to capitalize naturally, not to sell her soul to get the message out. The means to an end. Was it worth it? 10:10. 10:10. I feel like I said that earlier in the channeled messages as well. The means to an end. Was it worth it? I don't know what that's about, Cancer, but that's the end of your channeled messages. Now we're gonna get into your cards. I did shuffle, pre-shuffle. I did pray while I pre-shuffled because that's what I do. But I always shuffle on camera because I don't want y'all to feel like, you know, it's the okey doke. That happened to me when I was shuffling off camera for you, and it's pretty significant. It's like separating. It's like tectonic plates that just shifted and separated. Two big, like a mountain that just split in two. You know, mountains don't just be splitting in two. It doesn't happen like that. Pardon me. There's a rumble. You may feel like something's coming. There might be a storm coming where you live. A rainstorm. You live in Florida, one of them hurricane-like storms. Having a hard time getting something together. It's like something just won't come together. Alright, what do I need to know for Cancer, please? What does Cancer need to know? Let's get Cancer's inner circle, please. Cancer's inner circle. Our crabby crab friend. Cancer's inner circle, please. Cancer's inner circle, please. After several attempts of trying to do something that you couldn't get off the ground, that you couldn't get started, that wouldn't seem to gain any traction, you finally, it picks up like nothing, and it's like, oh, I've always known how to do this, and it's like second nature out of nowhere. So, I don't know. Again. Cancer's inner circle, please. We need 8. I don't like to look at them while I'm pulling them because, alright, so 1, 2. Because it distracts me, is what I was going to say. Because then I feel like I'm reading them. I need space for the outer square too. That's why I was like, no. Okay. I feel like this is supposed to go here, so I'm moving it. Don't ask. I usually just set them up in the 4 and then I go around. But that one, I just felt like it belonged in the middle. So. Two more for Cancer's inner square. Thank you. I need one more, please. One more for the inner square. Thank you. Alright, now we're going to shuffle for your outer square. You guys can just fast forward through this if this is an issue for you, but I usually talk right through the shuffling too. So the inner square is you, your destiny, like your energy, like what's closest to you, and then your outer square is external forces, outside influences that can affect your inner square. So outside factors that could possibly influence your inner square is what the outer square is. So that's like people, places, and things, whereas the inner square is you, how you affect yourself. You know what I mean? Because you can negatively affect yourself by how you show up in life. Alright, so let's get Cancer's outer square, please. Thank you. And yes, I know I cut the cards, but it's whatever. And these I just go around. Outer square for Cancer, please. Okay, okay. That was a lot. Outer square. I only need 3 more for Cancer's outer square, please. Cancer's outer square. I didn't see, that's why I specified, because I know how I get. Pardon me, Cancer. Outer square for Cancer. Okay. outer square for Cancer. Too many. You're like, now I want to give you a 3. You know, 2 more, please. Outer square for Cancer. They messing with me today. They're just telling me that I don't call the shots. Well, reminding me that I don't call the shots. I understand this. And I get you have a lot to say. But can we get the right ones out? I talk a lot as it is. Alright, Cancer. Let's get your inner square working. I don't know why I'm using 2 hands. I don't ever use 2 hands. Well, when I'm shuffling, but like to flip cards, who needs 2 hands? I don't even feel like that was like efficient or effective. Alright, so there's our inner square. Let me take a peek and then I'll give me a second here. Seems like this is surrounding money. I don't even know what the situation is, good, bad, and different. I have no idea about players involved, but before I see anything, the first thing I notice is that it's surrounding money. Okay. Alright. I didn't want to get excited because you read one card and you get all happy and be like, oh, it's going to be a good reading. Nah. And then. So the first thing I want to say is surrounding money. The situation is surrounding money. There's some money coming to you, but while you're going to feel like the luckiest person in the world. But this isn't because of luck. This is because of some kind of work that you've put in. Some kind of like major effort that you've been putting in. You might have been working at something for you might have been at the same business for 40 years. You might have been working at something for 12 years trying to get your business on the ground. 15 years even. Even for some of you, it's as small as 3 years. But this is something that you've been working really hard at. And that you might have not have thought that, like you're a person of high honor. Or high achievements. Or like you might not have feel like you reached the level of... Like you've attained the level of ambition that you set out for, that you have. You haven't feel like you reached, okay, so this is my goal. My goal was to open this business and make $1 million in the first 3 years. And so maybe you didn't say you're 3 years in and you didn't make the $1 million and you don't even feel like you're close. Then at the last quarter, you get this big, I don't know, exposure for whatever, and it's like poof, and it brings you to that $1 million mark before the 3 years or right at the 3 years, and you're like surprised, and you don't understand, like you didn't, to you, you're like regular Joe Schmo who just runs this business, and you didn't realize that people who can get you to this mark, to that $1 million mark, to that goal, you didn't realize that you have people like that looking at your business or looking at you like that, like, oh, that's the person I need to go to. Whatever this is, like I said, it's gonna make you feel lucky, but this isn't luck. This is work. work that you've put in, and you did it the right way. You know how like some people will cut corners? You didn't cut corners. You did this the right way. One foot in front of the other. You took step by step. And you started from shit. You literally started from one. One to the two, and then to the three, and then you built up. And you didn't skip steps. You did everything in order. 4, 5. Don't even think I'm going to say the next two numbers, because I know these kids are these days. And they got me traumatized. I don't even like to use those numbers together anymore. This is something that you've been working at for so long and so hard that like you didn't necessarily think you were going to be able to do it. Like say it was open a business and it wasn't the $1 million goal, because that is a really high goal. But like say you opened the business and you didn't even think you was going to be able to like keep it open or do it or file taxes or anything, and you've been doing it. And it's like there was a lot of hardness along the way, but all that hard work pays off. And doing it the right way pays off. I used to see a lot of people complaining in the I would be in this Facebook group of people with cottage licenses. That's for people who bake and want to sell the stuff, but they bake in their home kitchen. So all throughout different states, I see people and they post, and I used to see a lot of people complaining that this one's not following the rules, and they're not wearing gloves, and they're serving this, and it's just like, I used to wonder to myself, why do they pay so much attention to what everybody else is doing? Do what you gotta do and do it the right way. Who gives a fuck if they're not following the rules? That's them. That shit doesn't affect you. What affects you and your character and your business and your integrity is how you do things. So if you do things the right way and you don't cut corners, which is what I see here, there's something awesome, like some good amount of money coming in. Like a good amount of money. 348,000. For some of you, it's $348. All right. For some of you, it's $34. For some of you, it's $4.80. So don't even come at me like, oh, you said I was getting. No, don't fucking play with me. It's different for everybody, but you get the point. For some of you, it's not physical money, because remember, money is energy. But whatever this is, this blessing, it makes you feel like you're the luckiest person on the planet. This could be finding $100 on the floor when you have no money in your pocket or in the bank. You know what I mean? Something like that. But even so, it's not something like that, because whatever this is something that you've worked for. So if it is something like that, it's because of all the work that you've put in, all the energy that you've put in. You don't put out shitty energy. You might have $0 and 0 cents in the bank and in your pocket right now, but you're not walking around being mean and miserable to everybody because of it. As a result, you're not walking around just placing your negativity on everyone else as a result. And you haven't done this in the past. You understand? So because you put out goodness and love, that's what you get back. That's why you feel like the luckiest person in the world, but really, it's the work that you've put in. It's your heart. Someone loves you. And they love you for your heart. They see how you are. They see your kindness. They see your generosity. They see your energy, your joy, they see that. And they love you. And here you are showing up in your own energy, in that loving, nurturing, there you go. The woman that I was getting, the mom energy, she might have been an air sign. She may have raised you as a single mother for as long as she could. She might have died early. Like either when you were 42 or maybe even, unfortunately, when she was 42. Something about 3 years May have been 3 years ago. Yeah, single mom. I definitely get single. I get independent. I get independently wealthy. Like, and I'm not saying she was wealthy like financially. I'm saying health is wealth. I'm saying that she was with an abundance of joy. She had God in her life. Again, the number 12. 12 breaks down to the 3. You have a 3 and a 3 here. Some of you, this money comes from somebody that you worked with in the past that you really loved. But this is a business. It's definitely a business success. This is like you really, really, really put in that work and you get the money from it. So if you've been working at a business and really, really, really trying to get yourself out there and be seen and be patronized and be efficient, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that. And it's not, you don't have to be in any specific time or place. This is work. This is the result of the work that you've already put in. Because whatever this work, this business is that you do, it comes from your heart. You might not know where you get whatever the business is. You may have a talent or something and you might not know where it comes from, like your skill. You might not understand. You might think that you just went to school and you learned this, but there's a deeper rooted history between you and whatever it is that you do for work, for business, within your lineage. Like, you may not know your dad because, like I said, your mom was a single mom. You might not know your dad, but whatever you do for a living, he might have been a master at that. Or his grandfather, his father. Your mother didn't know how to nurture him or you or whatever. Somebody's mother didn't know how to nurture them or the relationship with their father, with that person's father. There were fights and they couldn't. There was fights and like betrayal, but the betrayal might not have been real. It might have just been accusations. It might have been like, at the time she was unhealed. She might have been jaded and bitter. She didn't, for some of you, your mother didn't know how to nurture you. As a single mother, she didn't know how to nurture you because she was jaded from the end of the relationship with your father. And your relationship with her suffered as a result. You felt betrayed. Like the target of all her anger and upset. So she might have displaced her heartbreak onto you, and it might have shown out in different ways. I really want to get out of that though. I don't know why, but I just heard 3 doesn't go into 10 evenly. I know, wouldn't it be like 33%? 33, 3, bring you to 9.99. But they're right, it doesn't go into 10 evenly, but it comes really fucking close. I don't know why that's significant or who that matters to, Also, I was getting the number 7. I don't know if I mentioned that in the messages, but I was getting the number 7. And you have, well, duh, you're Cancer. I was about to say you have a really strong sense of family and like love. You're Cancer, so of course. But that's not, I didn't mean it because you're Cancer. I meant like, I don't really know if these people are with you, but you have a really like strong love coming from you, like a strong sense of love and family support. So maybe your mom's not around but the rest of your family is, or maybe grandma's not around but your mom and your dad are. For those of you who are having a baby, you guys are going to have a long and healthy relationship. There will be quarrels, there will be issues, but it doesn't mean that they won't be resolvable. Men, bring her flowers randomly. To the men who are in relationships, to any of the children's fathers who may or may not be listening right now, like, if you're listening, randomly bring her flowers throughout the course of your relationship. If there are any men listening who are in relationships, randomly bring your girl flowers. And if you have a jealous one who says, "Why'd you bring me flowers? What were you doing? Why were you cheating?" That's the kind of relationship you need to end. It's either that or you need to sit them down and tell them that you've been toxic this far too, and that you're trying to change that. Because why should you be with somebody who's suspicious of you doing nice for them? But in the past, if you've done shitty to them and then done nice for them, you can't be mad at them for expecting that from you either. Let's be real. And again, 10-10. Last message. Whose message was last? They had 10-10. Pisces. So it might be something with job water signs and the 3-3-3s and the 10-10s. Because they had a lot of that too. But this is really good luck in a business venture. This is really good luck in a business venture. You might have tried to do this business venture. Remember I was telling you might have been at it for a few years. You might have tried to work with somebody in your family, and that shit just did not work out. They like stopped coming. They stopped putting in work. Stopped investing their time. It wasn't necessary. It might have been about money, but I don't really pick that up. I think it was more like they stopped investing their time. They stopped showing up. So like say you have an actual like retail location and this person was working with you, for you, they just stopped showing to work. Not because you weren't paying them, not because it was hard, not because you were mistreating them, but because they just didn't want to do it. It's not their journey, it's yours. It's their loss though. Let's get to your outer square. I don't know why I almost said your outer circle. Something about your inner circle, your outer circle. Usually when we talk about circles, we talk about circles of friends. Inner circle, outer circle. You know what I mean? So, maybe something about your friends going on right now. Or it could be your birth chart. Any of you who are in relationships or hiding anything, now would be the time, because that shit is going to come out. Don't disappoint them later. Don't waste your time. Don't waste their time investing and building with them. And if a person comes back from the past, they're not worth shit. They were talking shit about you behind your back. If a person comes back from the past and wants to offer you oh my goodness. Okay, ladies, so let me give it to you straight. What I just picked up on is, if a man comes back from the past and brings you flowers, don't take him back. That man ain't worth shit. He learned his lesson. And I only laughed that hard because I just told y'all dudes to go out and bring your woman flowers. So that was fucked up and funny all at the same time. Because even when I told him to bring flowers, I picked up on that. Something about the number 77. Your past disappointments were your biggest lessons. What you deemed as failures and disappointments and heartbreaks were your biggest lessons. They were your biggest lessons, and they were the strategies. They were the strategies used to get you where you need to go, to get you in alignment with your purpose, to get you to make the right decisions that'll lead you to ultimate happiness for yourself. Be careful. Be careful with the money that you get. Make sure that you're strategic about how and where you spend it. Don't spend it before you get it. Sit with it and sit with it. Sit with the money and sit in silence and let it come to you. They'll guide you and they'll let you know how to strategically invest it. Because if you don't, if you spend it before you get it, if you have it spent in your mind before you get it, it's not gonna fulfill its purpose, and you're gonna be pissed. You're gonna make the wrong investments. Also, be careful who you have around you when you're celebrating. Like, I tell my kids this: your coworkers are not your friends. Well, my son, your coworkers are not your friends. So this is like you going out and you coming into some money and you going out and celebrating with your coworkers after work. Like, I don't know, say you work at a restaurant, so you're a waiter or a waitress, and you get like a really big tip, and you and your coworkers go out. So say like two of y'all did a party, you know what I mean, and y'all got a couple $100 for a tip for working the party each, and then y'all go out for drinks after work. Oh yeah, you and your coworkers. Anything that you show of your outside of work self, they're gonna talk about in front of the people who matter or who they think matters. The people who look at you in high honor and high regard, they're gonna tell those people, oh, they're sloppy drunk, they're this, they're that. Watch it. Watch who you party with. Because again, it's gonna leave you. They're gonna paint you in a bad light to somebody who looks at you with high regards. They're gonna use that information against you. I used to tell somebody I know that I love that was on parole. I used to be like, oh, my PO lets me smoke. My PO says I don't have to worry about curfew. And I used to be like, yo, your PO is going to hold that all against you. As soon as there's one thing that they get antsy about, or they, the boss comes down on them, they're going to violate you for all that shit. Never believe me. Sure shit got violated for all that shit. Turned around and brought up every past thing that they did. Every time that they were in late. Every time that they came back dirty. Ink. Don't be in your head about it and not want to spend it either. Do something nice for yourself. You definitely do deserve it. But don't don't just spend frivolously based on your daydreams. Make sure whatever you buy is like you get $100,000. Don't go out and get into the most expensive car that you can find, because $100,000 isn't enough. It's not even going to cover the price of the car in the long run. You're really leasing it, and at the end of the day, you're financing it, same shit, and that shit is still going to cost you a lot more, and you might not don't buy things for yourself that are, or for anyone else, that are above your means at this time. You understand what I'm saying? Don't spend every bit of it. Yes, go do something nice for yourself, but strategically guide yourself on where to do the rest and who to be with, because there are people who are going to be around you. And remember I said, ladies, earlier, a guy comes back from the past and tries to give you flowers. This isn't just that. This is anybody. You know what I mean? Wants to come and smile in your face. Be careful who you're partying with. These people are not right. Some of them, they don't wish you any good. They don't wish you any good. And there are some people who are upset because they didn't want you to get this money. They didn't want you to get this recognition. So for them, they're pissed. Some of these people are really fucking pissed off that you got this money and this recognition. Remember I said that there was somebody that you might have worked with that was family that just stopped showing into work? Just stop it, they just stop supporting you, stop believing in you. That person is the one who's going to be the biggest hater, the biggest mad, the biggest one who's the most upset. And they're going to go on and go do something, get really, really, really fucking drunk and act aggressively and stupidly. And they're going to try to pick at you or instigate or try to get you out of character, so that way you can be in a bad mood or in a bad energy when you just got all this money. Why the fuck would you ever? Don't stoop to that. Don't allow them to do that to you. And take the high ground. I know when they go high, when they go low, we go high, and then everybody's like, oh no, we go lower. No, when they go low, you go high, because that's the right thing to do, and that's your character. Don't let somebody change your character. Your character, your moral character, your integrity, the way you stand on your own, and you say what you mean, and you stand on your shit, that's what got you to this level of financial success that you're receiving right now, this business success, this business has anchored you. It's taught you a lot. It's taught you a lot about money. It's taught you how to manage money when you had none. And so now that you get this big amount of money, you'll know how to handle it. You'll know how to invest in things that are gonna go places, because you're not gonna you have the strategy now, so you know what the loss is like, and you know how to make a bunch out of a really little bit. So you know not to spend a bunch on a really little bit. You understand? You've learned that lesson. Some of your friends aren't gonna think that you got this money honorably. Some of your friends are gonna think that you got this some shitty way, the fast way. I don't know, selling drugs, selling your ass, dancing on the pole, some real judgmental way. Maybe they feel like waitressing is beneath you and beneath them, so waitressing, they're just, somebody's talking shit about the way you got this money. Maybe they're just saying that you're undeserving. It seems like they're saying that you're lazy and undeserving. Why the fuck does she or he get it? They fucking lazy. They don't do shit. I'm out here working my fucking ass off for 13 years and I don't get a motherfucking thing. But this motherfucker 4 years in and they're all of a sudden they're fucking rich. That's like, Really negative. That person might be older than you, and they're bitter. A bitter woman. A woman who's older than you who's bitter. And she talks shit about it too. So she's like, the black bochinchera, like, she'll like tell you in your face, but like indirectly to your face. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she's not gonna tell you to your face, but she gonna indirectly talk shit about you while you're around. Yeah, that family member, they betrayed you. You had a family member who stole money from you or something like that in this business. They betrayed you. That's because they didn't want to see you win. They didn't want to see you with more money than them. They didn't want to see you as the successful one in the family. They didn't want to see you as the head and not the tail. They wanted to see you as the tail always. Classic. They seen you making these deals. They seen you making these arrangements. This is like grassroots, like really starting up the company and like cold calling other places and trying to like build a reputation and get distributors and donors and everything else, and like really fucking working from the ground up, doing everything. And this person had more than you, financially, family. They have more than you and more support than you. This person has more than you in every which way. But they didn't want to see you win. They didn't want to see you succeed. Oh, what's that song? I hope you don't get famous. French Montana? And they seen that you were at the 8. And they were at the 10. And they were like, no. You're too fucking close. And they snaked you. Not because snakes are bad, you understand what I'm saying, but they betrayed you. They might have picked fights with you just so they didn't have to, like, and then they left you high and dry. But this leaving you high and dry, this not coming into work, that shit was intentional. It was definitely an intentional betrayal. They thought of what the fuck they did. They thought of how to end your fucking money, how to end your finances, how to end your shit and make you beneath them. It was a conscious thought. An effort put into that. That person might have been 38. You might have been 23 when you started this business. It could have even been a lover, not a family member. Could have been a husband, a soulmate. Could have definitely well been a husband. Y'all could have started a business together. And he sneaked you. And you had to do it all over again. And now that shit is successful, he wants to claim that he had a hand in it. Lots of 8s. Number 8 out here a lot too. whatever this was, whatever that family dispute was, that betrayal, family love, whatever, that ended the friendship. And there are other people who were involved, not involved in the betrayal part of it, but there are other people who I guess maybe you knew through this person that feels like maybe they take this person's side, but I just heard you're dead to me. So as a result of some situation, somebody feels like you're dead to them. Somebody may have told somebody you died, you might have moved away. Somebody might have told one of your friends, they might have asked for you, and like, oh, that person died. I don't know why anybody would have said that. You might have been born in 98, you might be 39. You're in alignment for this financial success. And there's nothing more you have to do. You've aligned yourself with it. And step by step, order by order, and every piece is right, even down to the counterparts. Meaning your business partners, the institutions you chose to go to school, like whatever it was that you're connected to that helped you along the way, whatever people, places, and things, those were all that you've taken the right steps, and you've put yourself in alignment with this financial success. For some of you, the betrayal, they didn't betray you, they betrayed. Remember I was talking about the past, the mom who's in heaven, the ancestor who's in heaven. Whoever the ancestor is in heaven, this person betrayed them. And indirectly, that betrayal put them in an early grave. I don't know, it could have been something like they stole their entire life savings. Husband and wife are married, husband just dies unexpectedly, wife was completely dependent on husband has like a pension or whatever, kid steals it from the whatever, or someone steals it, spends it and uses it. You understand what I'm saying? And that might have like sent her into, I don't know how I'm gonna take this, like a real depression, I didn't know how to get out of it. And that really could have ended them. I always say people can die from a broken heart. So for some of you, the betrayal didn't happen to you, it happened to the ancestor who passed on, who's watching you, who's guiding you. They're trying to help you avoid making the same mistakes that they did, and trusting the same type of people that they did, and getting involved with the same kind of people that they did, and following their cues, so that way you can avoid those issues. For some of you, somebody's looking at y'all right now like, wow, I really like that person. That person is fine. They do this, they do that, they look this, they look like that, but they don't like know you. It's somebody like who probably sees you around, sees you at work, sees you in the neighborhood, sees you at the supermarket every fucking week, sees you at the gym. I don't know. But this is somebody who's in proximity to encounter you, but that you don't know. And they're trying to like see what they get to know about you, but you seem to be a private person, and they're like digging you. They might come and say something. They might. I'm not sure. this person, whoever betrayed you, might think that that you're the reason that somebody in their life passed away. Like, they put a hex on me. You're not to give any of this money to friends that you've walked away from in the past. People that you've deemed were not your friend, you're not to give any of this money to. Even if you really, really, really love them, and even if they really, 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 quote unquote, need it, you're not to give them any money. It's only going to bring you disappointment and heartbreak. You might end something with somebody because you don't trust them. Like, what the fuck is the point of being with somebody that you do not trust? Wouldn't you rather be single? Some of you might have been born in 78. Some of you 82. But I see, the bottom line is, I see a good business deal because you've taken all the proper steps. You've done everything in the right order because you've taken all the proper steps. I see a nice amount of money coming into you and a successful business deal that gets other people pissed off and leaves people pissed off because they can't be there to celebrate with you, because they can't be there in the abundance that you're experiencing. And that is what I have for you, Cancer. So I hope that helped somebody. I know it did. That was a lot. And with that being said, until I see you guys again, be well, be blessed, and take it easy. See you soon.